Hey there, it's Miss De Silva, your school counselor. I am here with another lesson for you. Today we are going to read a story together. And this story is going to maybe teach you something new or something just to remind you of some things you can do when something gets hard. So hopefully you are watching this video after you have already watched my lesson on perseverance, where we watched a little video and we talked about some things that you can do to get through challenging things and persevere. So a big thing that I talked about from that lesson was having a positive mindset or a growth mindset. And what that means is instead of saying, I can't do this, or I'm not smart enough, thinking that those things in a different way and saying, I don't know how to do this yet, or if I take a break, I can come back and try again, or I'm going to read this story and maybe you'll get some new ideas. Okay, so here we go. So this story is called When Sophie Thinks She Can't. It's by Molly Bang. Sophie loves working in the vegetable garden and exploring the woods. But today it's pouring rain and Sophie's inside, trying and trying to build puzzle pieces into a square. Sophie's sister walks by. She moves the pieces and suddenly they all fit perfectly. Too bad you're not smart, says her sister, and she walks away. And Sophie's there saying, can't. The next day is sunny, not sunny for Sophie. I can't do anything, she thinks. She drags her feet all the way to school. Oh no, what's the one word on the board? Smart. How do we become smart? Asks Miss Moultrie. Nobody knows the answer. They all think you have to be born smart. Flex those muscles of yours, says Miss Moultrie. All the children flex their muscles. Our muscles get stronger when we exercise, right? When we exercise our brains by thinking hard, our brains get stronger too. Now, we've been learning about rectangles and squares. Today, we'll exercise our brains with a math puzzle using squares and rectangles. But I can't do puzzles, Sophie thinks. I know I have strong muscles. I'm good at soccer, and I work hard in the garden. I can't do puzzles, and I'm never smart at math. It's a very negative mindset. But Miss Moultrie is talking. You're going to build a bigger rectangle out of 12 small squares. How many different rectangles can you make? Use the tools at your table or come up with another way. I can't do it, says Sophie. Make your brain stronger, whispers Paula. Just try. Paula gathers up a pile of square tiles. Think hard, Sophie, whispers Andrew. He takes a sheet of graph paper. Sophie sits and stares and stares. Maybe she can draw them. Oh, Sophie does draw squares, but her squares are all different sizes. Paula has too many tiles. Andrew's graph paper has too many little squares. This problem is too hard. Miss Moultrie is smiling. She speaks to the class. I see you mathematicians struggling. Now's the time to use the most important word. That word is yet. You haven't figured it out yet. Keep working, keep trying, and you will. Paula, Andrew, and Sophie work hard. Paula takes only 12 tiles and builds them into a rectangle. Andrew marks a red X in each square as he counts them. Sophie thinks of her garden. Her garden is a rectangle. The vegetables are in straight lines. Sophie draws a line with 12 different vegetables on it. She draws squares around the 12 vegetables. Paula, Andrew, and Sophie count their different rectangles. 4 different kinds. But Sophie is worried. Mine's not a rectangle, she groans. It's too long. It is a rectangle, says Paula. It's a very long one. We did it. Meanwhile, Miss Moultrie looks at the rectangles the other students have made. 6 rectangles. You all did it, she says. Smarter. You've worked hard and gotten stuck. You've used the most important word yet. You've tried and tried again, helped each other, and solved it. Those brains of yours have certainly gotten stronger. Sophie feels the sun on her face. I solved the puzzle, she laughs. And it was a math puzzle. I did it. I can do it again. I'm getting smarter. When Sophie gets home, her dad has a puzzle too. I can't figure out how to fix this cabinet door, he says. Dad, says Sophie, you have to use the most important word. You can't figure it out yet. Can I help? And you know what? They do fix it together. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me and learning a little bit about Sophie. And I would like to hear, what is that powerful word when you don't know how to do something? Yet. Exactly. So even if your work is getting kind of hard at home, I've talked to a lot of you that, it's hard because you don't have your teachers there and it's a lot of work to do on your own. Just remember, instead of saying, I can't do this, there's a different way you can think about it, and you can persevere, and you can think, I don't know how to do this yet. Maybe you can work with someone else in your house to help you, or you can take a break and come back to it, or you can just try to think about it in different ways, kind of like Sophie did, where she related it to her vegetable garden. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed the story, and I hope that you will keep working on your growth mindset, that almost anything you say when it's more of a negative mindset, you can change it to a positive or a growth mindset by just adding the word yet to the end. Okay, until next time, bye. Thanks for joining me.